All right, guys, hopefully we should be back. Everything should be back to order. And looks like Johnny Kang escaped a gruesome fate in that first rack, and he has found a rhythm. And it's only rack number 1. Now, my first match of the day was versus Vilmos, and I won the first 2 games. I had him 4-0. And Vilmos came back to beat me 9-6. So Johnny's going to have to earn and not take for granted any game that he wins.
Thank you.
Oh, nice break. And 1-7 combo? Or 1-7 billiard? I like the billiard because you can hit the 1 pretty thin, still make the 7, and maybe get a shot on the 1 in the opposite corner. Okay, he's just letting Vilmos know that he brushed the 2 ball with his shirt. Now, guys, this is cue ball foul only.
Table 20, even raised to 7. Winner is finished for the day.
Yeah, this is cue ball foul only, so he's just, you know, a common courtesy to his opponent to let him know that he has the option to move the ball wherever he wants it to. Okay, Johnny played the combo. Oh, he is not going to be rewarded. He's behind that 6 ball. Not happy.
Table number 6, I need Keith O'Donnell and Amir Shoshan. Amir and Keith, table 6, even raised to 7. Winner finished for the day.
Amir Shoshan strafing the table right now, going to his match. So the 1-rail kick for Johnny Kang. Well, you got a good hit and left a tough shot for Vilmos, who's going to have to cut this all the way down table. It's off angle, not a straight, completely straight shot. An easy shot to rattle, and looks like he needs to be careful with his cue ball, which could easily land between the 9 and the 2, or on the other side of the 9, which blocks the 2. He might be contemplating a safety here. Or is he back cutting this? No, he's playing safe. And
I'd be under pressure.
left Johnny open, but no gimme here. No good. That shot was, though. Up the rail, walk the dog. She goes. Johnny Kang, folks, one of the toughest opponents you can find in Southern California. Mostly a tournament player. I have not known him to get into a lot of action. I've played him for small action in the past, but not real big action. But he is by far, folks, one of the toughest competitors in Southern California you'll find. Does not get easily rattled and has a very confident air about him and is a good shot maker. Very aggressive style. Great ball jumper. He's good at jumping balls. And question in the chat room about the pocket size. I believe I was told by Dan Wallace, who was just commentating with me earlier, pockets here are 4 1/8, 4 inches and 1/8, I believe.
POV rules.
Thank you. That's Sprout, everybody. He works here at OnCue, and he goes by the name Sprout. Nice guy. Nice break there. Oh, what a roadmap. I played Vilmos earlier today, and he had the break down, so we'll just have to see if he can keep that up. Playing Johnny Kang.
Table number 14, Mike Adami and Bo Runnigan. Mike Adami, Bo Runnigan, 14, Bo goes to 8, Mike goes to 7. Table number 4, Hiroko and Bob Joss. Hiroko, Bob Joss, table 4, even race to 7, winners finished for the day.
Vilmos looking very fluid right now.
I know. Oh yeah, no, I know. It's just thank you. No, it's not my sugar water.
Nice out by Vilmos. And a shout out to Patrick Santos in the chat room. I believe I met you here last time I was here on OnCue. Where are you? You should be here watching these great matches. You got Efren here. You must be out of town or something. Anyway, big shout out to Patrick Santos. The score now, 3-1. Yeah, 3-1. In a race to 9, Johnny Kang now gets the break.
Table number 19, Attila and Nyland. Attila, table 19, Nyland goes to 7, Attila goes to 8. Winner is finished for the day.
Winner of this match will be able to go home or check into their hotel room, whichever it is that they do. The loser will have to go on play, I believe, 2 more matches, possibly 3. I have to check on that, but either way, the loser of this match has their work cut out for them.
You don't have to answer. I got it.
Does that score with the spot? Yeah. It's with the spot. I had almost 4-0 when I played him. That 9-6. Yeah, we got a lot of guys rooting for Johnny. You know, a lot of people like the underdog in these events and in these, especially the MZWST Tour, because no good, ball in hand. That's what a lot of these events are about, is raising the game of the you know, the amateur player or the semi-pro players to help elevate their game, give them some exposure to these great players so that they can improve and elevate their game and know what it is to play tough competition, and to give them something to go on when they do decide to enter extremely tough competitions like the US Open or Derby City events, or any of the pro events that take place in the United States, Turning Stone.
Nobody plays shape.
Table number 7, I need Sal, Kara, and Lila. Sal and Lila, table 7. Sal goes to 9, Lila goes to 7. Winner is finished for the day. You're out.
Hey, you want to sweat Johnny? All right, everybody out there in the chat room, also give a warm welcome to Justin Logan.
Hey everybody, how are you doing today?
Justin actually sweated a few matches with us. Well, he's been on POVPOOL a bunch of times, but he was with us in San Francisco recently.
Yeah, and
we had a great time, man.
I had a great time, and apparently everybody could hear me while they were shooting. So,
is that what happened? They come up to you afterwards?
I was having way too much fun and being a little bit too loud.
Well, you know what? Shame on them. If they hear you, they should just come up to you right away. You know,
dude, just be quiet.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying to play, and your commentary is loud.
Totally hear everything you're saying right now.
Yeah.
At least it's loud enough in this room where it kind of covers me up a little bit.
Well, you know, we've created a little bit of distance here, and there's carpeting,
right?
You know, the family billiards joint in San Francisco was like cavernous.
Yeah, it sucked up all the sound, and you could hear pretty much everything in the room. Johnny looks like he's doing pretty good against Vilmos. Took that a little bit too far. If his whip draw is working right, he's going to draw this out to the side rail and play the 9 in the opposite side. How did the first 4 games go down?
Well, Johnny won the first 2, and he already had one on the wire, so we added that right away. But the first one ended up Johnny winning a safety battle and just running out.
Nice.
Second rack. Second rack I don't remember, but Vilmos pretty much ran the third rack. So this is technically the 4th rack we're watching now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Johnny looking to cut this ball all the way long.
You know, he shot a great 8 ball. You'd think he just
should be in the back
think
for
he'd
him
just
right
spear
now.
this in, right? Pressure. Oh, he dogged it. Look at this. He's gonna get safe.
No,
he's gonna get safe. That's pretty safe.
He got good. I don't know if I would call this safe.
Yeah, he
not
did
against
get
Vilmos.
good, yeah.
Vilmos might just cut this in.
Well, this is not a gimme for anybody.
No,
you know,
not for anybody. But
you know, I like the kick here, kick and stick. You know, just
you could. You definitely have enough room to get off that back rail.
But you got to play the speed right. You know, if you don't play the speed right, you leave a shot.
He's going to play to overcut this, I think. Well, he tried to play it thin, I think, and the speed he hit it at was to play it thin and send the cue ball up table. He didn't mean to hit it off the back rail like that.
I felt like getting up there and saying, "You didn't miss like that when you played me, Vil."
Right. You did. You played him earlier?
I played him and I had him 4-0.
Oh, no.
I know. I won the first 2 games
Nice shot.
out of the gate, and then he ended up beating me 9-6.
You know, that'll happen. And I wouldn't take that personally because that guy plays pretty good.
Oh, yeah, he does. But in this particular situation, it's 4-1, so.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Is this Johnny's first time playing Vilmos?
Oh no,
A bunch of times.
I cannot honestly say this is his first time. I mean, they've basically played every tournament together.
Yeah.
And they've gotten far too.
Yeah, made it pretty deep in all of them.
But as far as like a track record between these guys, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Wonder if anybody in the chat knows that's been watching all these.
You guys know?
Yeah, I think they played each other in Fresno, and I think Vilmos beat him. and actually knocked him out because Vilmos ended up. Didn't he end up beating Bo Runnigan in Fresno for the finals?
Yeah. And then I ended up playing him the next stop.
Oh, that's when you beat Vilmos, huh?
Yeah, I got super lucky. I wouldn't say I beat him. All I did was keep up with him, and then
was that your blind squirrel moment?
Yeah, like he owed me 2 racks. And,
you found it.
All I did was keep up on him the entire time.
Right. That's what you got to do.
And the 2-reeler goes in. And he's hooked on the 4 right now.
Wow, yeah, this is garbage right now because he's dead hooked on this 3-ball.
Maybe a kick to send the 3-ball behind the 4 or behind the 5-8 over there. Yeah, he's looking to see how much room he has on the kick, and if he hits it with a little bit of speed, he can actually just kind of drag the cue ball like over to the end rail where he's walking right now, and kick the 3-ball towards the 5-8. That's what he's looking at right now.
Table number 14, Larry Vaughn and Charles Mendiola. Table 14, Larry Vaughn and Charles Mendiola. Even race 7, winner is finished for the day.
Dude, my buddy Charles is a 2-game winner right now. Like, he's playing his 3rd match of the day on the winner's side.
Oh, the guy with the beard?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was saying outside he's still on the winner's side.
And he hasn't played pool in probably like 2 months because he has twins right now. He just has new twins from like October or something like that.
Wow. So he hasn't hit a ball.
He hasn't been to a Mesa event since Northridge, I think, or Fresno.
Wow.
And he came in today, and he's Charles Mendiola is up on the winner's side about to play his 3rd match of the day. So good for him.
Dude, I hate that guy.
I know.
No, I'm just kidding. No, here I am. I come to every event, and like I say, okay, I think I'll just play this one. You know, oh, I think I'll finally play one.
Yeah. Okay.
I draw Vilmos.
Here's the kick out towards the 5-8. Knocks into the 9.
Yeah, he was trying to do exactly what you said. No, actually, the privilege and the actual learning experience you get from playing a guy like Vilmos is great. You know, I'm really being sarcastic when I say I hate that guy. I mean,
no, I love that guy.
All awesome to him, great for him. I'm not jealous at all, and no, I really am not. I'm not.
I'm a little bit jealous.
I mean,
that guy shoots so good.
Lori Jones, shout out to Lori Jones who just got in the chat room.
Yeah.
Where's the cue ball going?
And a drink.
Kojak goes to the subway. Who loves you, baby?
All right, so yeah, he's just gonna come one railing out towards the center of the table for the 5-ball. If he gets good on the 7, everything else looks really easy. So he's going to draw this one railing out towards the center of the table for the 7 in the pocket he's looking at over there. And if he gets good on it, it should be the end of this one. Long pause and executed very well. Just going to kill this ball and drag it forward a little bit maybe. Or he could stop it right there and play the 9 in the same corner as the 8. Yeah, Johnny actually does grip the cue pretty tight. Red AC Henry. And he punched it forward to get a little bit straighter on the 8, which means he's going to play the 9 in the opposite pocket. All he wants to do is just come off the rail here and leave it almost straight in.
I'd like to also point out too that Johnny's cue is 65 inches.
Yeah, it's a little bit longer.
So it's 6 inches longer than the normal cue. I actually don't remember seeing him grip the cue that hard until he started getting those cue extensions.
Even when I remember Johnny, when he wasn't even using a Romero, he was just using a house cue and hanging out at Patrick's Bar over in Costa Mesa. And he's always had kind of a death grip. And the way that he strokes it is with a loose wrist and a whip stroke. You pretty much see him doing some kind of a whip stroke on almost every ball.
Yeah, yeah.
And
like that short punch stroke.
Short, stiff stroke, and it's accurate for what he's doing with it. If there was a whip draw contest, Johnny Kang would be the first person to sign up for it. He does that Corey dual draw, like on a fresh table. He'll actually get that whip to the top rail off the side. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those shots, those Corey dual shots.
And Kojak visits the subway again. He's on his return visit. And so this is actually a pretty big swing. If Vilmos can run this out with ball in hand and break and run his rack, then he'll be right back in the game.
Yeah, he'll tie it up. That's what makes the alternate break format so much more challenging.
Oh yeah, it's close every time. It's hard to get ahead. So he's looking to go forward with this ball, 2 rails up for the 2 in the opposite corner. 1, 2, out towards the center of the table. And I can't tell how straight he is on this ball, but if he can, he'll just pull it straight back. If he's got a little bit of an angle, you'll see him punch it forward over by the 9 ball. Right next to the 9 ball and out to a little bit more angle than he might have wanted, but he should be able to go 1 rail, and he's going to be in between the 5 and the rail, looks like, coming out for shape on the 4.
Yeah, 4 ball is kind of a key ball here, though, too.
He's going to go 1, 2 rails, 1, 2, and a little bit more angle than I think he wanted, but
he can just jack out and play 5 to the side.
Yeah, he's just going to stiff this one and then with a little bit of bottom and then just drift it over.
The problem is he doesn't want to be shooting underneath the ball. He wants to be shooting outside of the. You know what I'm saying?
To get to the 6, he wants to be a little bit straight in.
Yeah.
A little bit straight in, but he doesn't. Yeah.
He wants to be going the way forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, I like that. He used the second. He used the rail to do, and you know what? Even that position right there, because now he can actually just play straight to the corner.
Yeah, that's perfect. So
7 doesn't block him, so he's good.
He's just going to punch this forward a little bit, and then he's going to go 1 rail and out from the 6 to the 7, 8 in the side, and over for the 9. Should be out.
Yeah, he's good.
Got straight in. Straight in's a winner in this case, because all you have to do is stop, stop. And he's just going to come 1 rail and out a little bit. Pretty much where his hand is right now would be perfect to get from the 8 to the 9. chose to get a little bit straighter, so he's going to come one rail forward out for the 9 in the corner.
Vilmos. Now this is kind of like what you're predicting, half of what you're predicting. Now all he needs is a break and run to catch it up.
Right, and if he breaks and runs this, which, you know, that's pretty much what this guy relies on for a job, so like... If he's not breaking and running, he's technically not even doing his job, right?
Exactly. He's slacking.
Yeah, dude, if he's not breaking and running, he's slacking.
Yeah. If he ain't breaking and running, he needs more training.
I know, right? What's he doing over here? He should have stayed where he's at.
He needs to contact human resources, brah.
Right.
You know, it's funny though. I love these pool players now. They're coming with reinforcements. You know, like you got Team Mexico, you got Team Hungary, Vilmos and Attila together. Yeah, you know, and
there was
I heard a lot of balls go down there.
There's that other guy that was hanging out with him for a minute. What was his name?
Melkonyan. Melkonyan. Bebkan. Yeah, but he's Romanian.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit different.
Well, he was hanging out with them anyway.
Attila Sorba, yeah, he's a Vegas player, but he's from Hungary. And then you got the Filipinos, you know, they all come like gangbusters on a tournament, you know. So.
Yeah, anytime you have Filipinos in an event, chances are they're the favored.
Yeah.
Like you got Efren in this tournament.
Yeah, Efren's here.
Back.
When does Efren play here? You know, it's a good question. Probably tomorrow. We'll get to see him.
Somebody was telling me that the Pope was over in the Philippines and then Efren's over here, but he wanted to see Efren.
Right.
But Efren's over here.
I wonder if it's legit to go up to the Pope in the Philippines and ask him to sign a cue ball for you.
Right. And Vilmos taking the safe route because he did not like the combo. And Johnny has probably about 2 fingers in between the 6 ball and the cue ball. Enough to come off that one rail and put a good hit on it, but no way to pocket the ball and get shape. Like, that would be a lot to ask for, I would think. Hit the ball, and
you got a good roll out of that. That was a good hit.
Right,
that was a good hit.
That's a real good return.
You know, the Vilmos just probably safe to bank this in, and the cue ball goes up to the 5.
Yeah, and if he shorts it, then he can just take the cue ball up 1-2 rails and get safe either way.
And that's how it's done, folks.
And got shape. Looks good to get out of the rest of this rack.
Yeah, he's doing his job.
Right, that's what his job is, man. Trust me, I wouldn't take this on as a career unless I was like pretty much running out every time with the magic rack or the turtle rack. If I had like a 75% break and run average with a magic rack, like I might consider
going pro. Yeah. So you have to.
Okay.
You pretty much have to play the ghost.
Well, like not even the ghost. I'm talking with like breaks and everything, squatting the cue ball.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. From the break, yeah.
If you ain't running out off the break, you ain't doing your job.
Yeah.
And he's looking real.
Play the nitty ghost. Yep.
That one. And then where is it?
Just double click it. So there it is. 4 games apiece now.
And there it is.
Hey. I do. Frank Almanza, how you doing, man? He's up in the chat room asking who this is. This is Daniel and Justin Logan.
Hey, how's it going?
So glad to see you here watching. You got Johnny Kang. I think Foch is on the one-loss side, but he's doing okay. And Johnny Kang here, holding his own against Vilmos.
That's a great break for Johnny, and if he can keep this cue ball, either come one rail and out on the other side of the 5, or hold the cue ball in between the 5 and the rail. Either way, he should be looking pretty good. And he played to go on the other side of the 5 and miss the pocket.
Yard line shot here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think he was playing safe all the way.
I think he was playing safe all the way. It was a two-way because he still has shape on the floor, but he wasn't really playing to make it.
No, he wasn't playing to make it. No. But look what happened. He left Johnny the window, open the door.
The window of opportunity, and that 4-ball is pretty far away to be able to get off of the rail and get behind the 4 if you were playing safe. So let's see what Johnny wants to do.
All right, later on, Red AC Henry. Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping in and sweating some matches with us here on POV.
Every cue just fell out of it. Just How are you?
For those of you wondering, that VP4 logo in the corner, that's Virtual Pool 4.
Yeah, I have Virtual Pool 4.
Yeah, man, and you can play it for free online, too.
Yeah.
Plays just as good online. So Vilmos now is taking
he's really
a hard look at this.
Yeah, he's trying to get a real good feel for this shot because the rest of the table lays not easy but fairly open, and the hardest shot is getting from the 2 to the 4 without the 5-ball getting away. Thank you. Thank you.
Do you guys want your own cookies? Daniel?
Huh?
Do you want your own cookies?
No. Well, in a way, it's because to miss is to lose here. You know what I mean?
He got in between the rail and the 5, so...
so he didn't miss.
No, he didn't miss, and he got pretty good to get... He's going to have to stiff this ball back and kind of just do a straight draw back, and staying on top of the 5 is okay because the 6 lends itself into the opposite side if he gets down table. So if he stiffs this back with enough angle to get the 5 in the side, he should be perfect to run the rest of this rack. Angle to get the 5 in the side. The 6 lends itself to the side. He's just going to go 1 rail and out towards the 6. You might have wanted to be a little bit closer, but this is fine. And 1 or 2 rails. He wants to keep the cue ball pretty close to the rail where the 8 ball lies right now.
Not too straight.
I think he's good. He can just stiff it, hold it right there, maybe even drift into the rail and out a little bit or over, and pretty straight on the 9.
I'll tell you what, gang, I'm going to be playing Omar Vashani quite soon, so I'll be right back. I'm just going to go get a cup of coffee because I need to wake up for that. So,
alrighty,
stand by. Thanks, Justin, for hanging. I'll be right back.
Not a problem. And Vilmos gets that rack. Which makes it 5-4. Vilmos, Johnny. Vilmos breaking very, very solid. Last couple of breaks that he's had, he's made like 2-3 balls, no problem, flying towards the pockets. Let's see if he can do that again. And he broke good and got a little bit unfortunate with the shape on the 2 ball. He hit it too good and got the 1 in the side, where normally the 1 ball goes up table and lends itself a shot in the corner. But right now, he's either looking to do a kick and stick towards the side or bunting one side and then running away with the other. You can actually play this, if you play the 2, cut it towards the 3, and then leave a awkward combo, send the cue ball up table. Okay, he went the other way, tried to get the cue ball behind, and did a pretty good job. So Johnny's going to be jacked up over the 7 ball, kicking basically right around the rail where he's at right now. Jacked up over the 7.
Some gentlemen here is missing their wedding band. It was extended. So you can come to practice meeting.
Apparently somebody's missing their wedding band.
Life partners to be very entertaining. Come clean your wedding band.
Get your wedding band.
So now Johnny is looking to jacked up jump over the 7 and get the cue ball over the 5 for a good hit on the 2. What he's going to do with the ball, not a whole lot of things to run and duck behind, but I guess he's just worried about making a good hit. And he didn't make the good hit. And scratched. Man. So Vilmos now with ball in hand and already winning the last 4 games in a row. Johnny was up 4-1, I believe. And then it's pretty much been the Vilmos show on everything afterwards. And Frank, I did get the invite for the bar box tournament over in Yucaipa. That sounds like a good time. Be there. They're doing a 10-ball ring game on bar tables. Not sure exactly which pool ball. And it looks like he's coming up pretty comfortable with the speed of the table now. He's creating some real good angles to work his way around. And what I like about Vilmos style and Attila's style is, man, even if it's like a long shot on the rail, 3 diamonds away, they are not afraid to take any cut shot on. And they just work the cue ball. And great players. Great way to work the ball, and they get a lot of wins out of it because of that. Confident players shooting at the top of the game. Yeah, the 10-ball ring game coming up. I believe it's amateurs only, and it's over at Yucaipa Billiards in Yucaipa, obviously. I believe it's amateurs only, like like Brian Parks played in it, and Ricky from over at Hard Times played in the last one. Johnny Kang played in it. I played in it. And so maybe it's no A+ players, but like A players, okay, but no professionals.
Help me out.
And Geraldine can't play. Yeah. So now Vilmos has his handicap +1. So just to keep the pressure on Vilmos, Johnny's got to break and run this rack. There's no way around it. And if he doesn't run it out, at least lock him up, get ball in hand, and run out the rest of the round. Coming close to the end, and he's got to stay as tight with him as possible if he's going to have a chance. Solid break. Let's see where the 1 ends up. And it looks like he has a cut on the 1 in the side, but it's one of those where you have to like draw it up the opposite rail, and then you have to like hold the cue ball somewhere towards the center of the table in between the 5-9, and then he's got to get shape on the 3 in the side, which seems to be the only pocket to get in. This isn't an easy rack by any way, shape, or form. He's got to draw this ball real good from the side. Like, if he really wants to, he can just play the 1, run it into the 2 ball, and then hold the cue ball behind the 5, which might be what he's looking at right now. Now he's looking at the draw shot again.
I still have a wedding band up here. Someone's going home to a very unhappy wedding.
Yeah. He got the position that he wanted, and he got a little bit of a roll because I don't think that 1 ball goes in the corner past the 2. He's got a 2-rail position on a cut shot on the 1 in the side. What you do is you center ball, punch it forward with a little bit of top to hold that straight angle, and then run it up 1, and then back 2, and then in between the 5-9. Or I'm going to duck behind the 3. which ended up being perfect because he broke out the 7-8 for later use. Johnny is looking to come forward 2 rails right about where he's aiming right now, but I'm not sure what good that's going to do him. Hit it and came close to making it and got behind the 5. How did he hit it? That was a great shot. He's looking to throw his arms out there to the wind and take this shot over it. That looked goofy. Yeah, he's just going to go 1 round back. Hit it with some speed, got the shot, watch out, and hooked. Now he's got to jump this ball. That's what he's got to do, man. That's what he's got to do. We're going to see some jump draw or some jump follow, maybe. Kids get crazy with those cues these days. And jump safe. Jump safe. Alright, I'm looking at that angle and I don't think he can hit that. If he jumps over the side of the 9, he can kind of hit it, but he's looking to go around the 9. The jump safe was successful. Bo's off on the sidelines, breaking real good, looks like. And looks like a bad hit from Johnny, giving up ball in hand, and looks like he can make the 2-ball. I don't know about going for the combo. I'll take the 2-ball up in the top right corner up there. Yeah, there you go. He found it. Oh, don't do it. Why people like setting up for combos with ball in hand just baffles me. Oh, there you go. He could see it past the 6. He's fine. And now, if he can pull this straight back, you'll see him pull it back. If not, you're going to see him stiff it to the rail and then spin it back out. Stiffed it off the rail, spun it back out with a good angle to get from the 6 to the 7. Going to come 2 rails on the other side of the 9. With enough angle to pop it with a little bit of top to get from the 7 to the 8. underneath the 9. And with the perfect angle to just stiff it off the rail and close it out. And Johnny concedes the game. So now it is looking like 7-4. And Vilmos with the last 6 games in a row on Johnny. And yeah. Yeah, these pockets are pretty tight. They're a little bit over 4, just about enough to fit your fist in. So clearance-wise, you got about 3/4 of an inch on each side, about 1.5 inches total. So you got to be pretty precise when you're playing on tight gold crowns, because they reject a lot of balls, especially the way Oscar and Ernesto do the rails. They make those pockets play true. If you miss the ball, it'll tell you.
So are you saying that tight gold crowns are harder than tight diamonds?
Well, okay, here was a question. Is a tight gold crown harder to play on than a tight diamond? And the answer is it depends, because if it depends who cut the pockets, because diamonds are known for having a large mouth, and the way that Oscar and Ernesto do the pockets are pretty straight cut. So it's going to reject the balls more being straight cut than having a bigger mouth to come off of the back of it with. So depending on who cut the rubber for the diamond and how big the shelf is on the slate, because I've also seen diamonds reject a lot of pockets if it has the really deep slate where you have a shelf where you can't even see the ball rail first. The object ball is already behind the pocket, and you have to like basically draw it off of the ball to get back on the table. So
there were matches going on around you. Excuse me, I'm talking to you. I'm taking pictures of Efren. Turn off your flash.
and people getting yelled at for taking flash photos of Efren. Seems like somebody is really smart over there. Yeah, let's take flash photography of a guy while he's playing pool. I know, blam! Right in the eyes. Oh my God, I'm blind. Vilmos setting up a safe. It looks like he's going to try to bunt the side of the one, run 2 to 3 rails behind the 2-8. Dun 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 dun. Behind the 2-8. I feel like I'm making this happen with my mind. I just say it and they do it. It's so crazy. If I had the breaststroke on the planet, this is what I would do. I would just jump kick this ball. I think he can see enough underneath the 4-ball to go 1 rail at the 1. He's just going to have to really dig into the rubber to straighten out the angle. And he's looking to jack up and even put a little bit of left on it. And couldn't stiff it enough. So I think Johnny actually might be on 2. Did he already scratch once? Or was he just playing that to... On that one, I'm wondering about the shot before. I forget what happened. I don't know if Johnny's on 2 or not. So Johnny now has a short rail escape. It's basically like a 2-rail shot, and the thing is that the one ball is way out in the center of the table, and if something that you're kicking is a little bit closer to the rail, it's easier to judge the angle. Like right now, he's kind of just aiming into midair, and really has to feel the speed, how to come off the rail to make a good hit. Because if you go too fast in the stroke, then it's going to shorten up on you. If you go too slow on your stroke, it's going to lengthen up on you. There's no exact measurement for a 2-rail kick. It's more based on feel than anything else.
Table number 19, AJ Nicholas, Ray Lorenzo. Table 19, AJ Nicholas, Ray Lorenzo. Even race 7 from Gator Rack. Table number 5, Reed Fleming, Fox Garcia. Reed Fleming, Fox Garcia. Table 5, Fox goes to 8.
And lengthened out a little bit too much, and he conceded the rack. So now Vilmos is on the hill. Well, yeah, it was a 3-foul. Yeah, no, it's, well, he couldn't. That was a great save on the cue ball behind the 2-8, and a great freeze on the 5 ball, and then getting the 1 ball that far away towards the center of the table. And you're pretty much free stroking it into thin air, and you really have to have a good feel for the hit. And Johnny with a solid break. And floated up a little bit too far down. And Johnny's feeling like somebody just kicked him in the shin. Rubbing the back of his head, doesn't know what's going on. Probably telling himself, wasn't I just up on this guy 4-1? And that's what happens when you're playing a champion. I think he has a good shot to hit off of the right side of the one, just bunt it, and then send the cue ball somewhere around where the 2-6 is. And he ran into the 9 ball and left Vilmos a shot. If he can stiff this ball and then just draw the cue ball 2 rails back towards the center of the table. 1, 2. Now, that's going to be a tough shot to get from the 2 to the 4. Basically, you have to punch it with a little bit of top and then play real good speed, because the 6 ball is right there. You don't want to run into the 6 ball. You want to just come off of it with a little bit of top to hold the angle and come right underneath the 4. Pop. Great speed for the 4 ball, but didn't make the 2. Which gives Johnny an honest shot on getting out of this rack. This is his break. Vilmos will be breaking next and still on the hill, so Johnny has a shot to make it within 3. And Johnny now looking pretty good to get out of the rest of this wreck. We wanted to carry that a little bit farther. His 6-ball is on the rail, so he's got to really do something to hold shape for the 7. Got a lot of angle here. And if the pockets fit 2 balls in, that might have actually gone in, but he's looking to get 1 rail from the 6 to the 7, 1 rail from the 7 to the 8, and 1 to 2 rails from the 8 to the 9. If he does all that, then the match is his. And stroke. I like the way he slaps the balls. And stroke. Like his arm has a rubber band on it. Oh, you lucky. He didn't really need to land on top of that. And that's it. Alright, so that was Vilmos full disc beating Johnny Kang with a score of 9-4. Johnny needed to go to 8, so he was down 4 racks. And let me find out who is next on the stream.